As some of you know, I do lots of karting and compete in championships at Hereford. I'm also looking into Club 100 and SRK. However, lots of you probably don't know that most of my practice is done virtually on the KartSim. In this video, I'm going to explain how I practice for real life using the simulator. There will be timestamps in the description so you can find the bit you're looking for, but I definitely recommend you watch the whole video. My sim of choice for karting practice is KartSim. I use the KartSim Pro UK pack and compete in the esports championship with it. This, in my opinion, is the best karting sim on the market right now. It's definitely not what I call cheap, around £500 excluding VAT. If you don't want to pay that much for the content or just want to try it out, you can buy the pack for your region, which comes with 5 tracks and some karts. There are track expansion packs available for you to buy later. The other two popular dedicated karting sims are Kart Racing Pro and Kart. I wouldn't recommend Kart anymore as it's been abandoned and has a lot of glitches which makes it unplayable. I've heard good things about Kart Racing Pro. I've been wanting to try it out for a while now but haven't had the time to give it a go. Here are a few things that you should know before you start practice. You want to do as much practice as possible, but you also need to find a good balance so you're concentrated the whole time. I usually practice for 1.5 to 2 hours, whether this is for real life or esports. Find a time that works for you. Remember, it doesn't have to be all in one go. You could do 45 minutes, take a break, and then do another 45 minutes. You want to make sure you've got the right settings to maximize your practice. First is the FOV. I can't give you an exact number, but you can use an FOV calculator to set this up. Simply put in the information and then find RF2 on the sim you're using. Use this as a guide and then adjust to make it perfect. Just for reference, this is what mine looks like. I put a link to the calculator I use in the description. Make sure your force feedback isn't clipping. To put it simply, this is when the game is trying to send too much force through your wheel, so it just goes max force in one direction until the game sends less. To fix this, simply turn down your FFB in the game. The main thing you should be working on is consistency. You should be able to do a 15-minute race without spinning, and every lap should be within 1 second ideally. If you are more experienced, then try to keep each lap within half a second. This is what I try to do. For reference, most of my lap times in my KartSim esports practice race were all within 0.3 seconds. Now for the part you all came here to see. I'm going to explain how I practice for my events. I'm going to use my attack motorsport tests today for this video and also explain what I do differently while practicing for races. Here's how I practiced for attack motorsport. For your first session, your goal should always be to be consistent. Don't worry about the lap time, learn the line and make sure you're always braking, turning in, getting welcome power and doing literally everything at the same point every lap. This means when you make an adjustment, you can see if it helped or not. For my second session, I look out for the reference points on the track. I recommend you watch a replay and find some objects or markers that won't change position. For example, shadows won't be in the same position every session, so don't look for them. If you're using brake markers, then try to find a backup reference point in case they get broken or knocked away. Now I know the track and I'm consistent, I then practiced all the different conditions there would be during the session. I practiced in the wet, in the dry, transitioning from the dry to wet to dry tyres in the wet tyres in the dry. I could go on for a while about all the things I did. Check the weather forecast for the day you're racing and practice accordingly. From there, I basically just worked on being consistent. I was pretty much at the limit of how fast you could go around the track, so I didn't worry about improving my time. This is pretty much all you need to do. Then keep working on it until you're pretty much a robot and can just jump on and be at your PB from lap 1. For races, you do the same thing, but you're going to want to practice some races with the AI. Look for realistic overtaking opportunities. I say realistic because there are some techniques that the AI can't do, like locking your brakes into corners to rotate fast and carry the momentum, which means that you can make some pretty spectacular overtakes like this. The sim is a fantastic tool for training. Obviously, nothing beats real seat time, but in my experience, the simulator is 99% accurate. You can buy base shakers for the vibrations you missed out on and other accessories to increase the realism, but all you need to get is a steering wheel, pedals, and something to run the software on. The nice thing about sim racing is that it can pretty much be as cheap or as expensive as you want, whereas in real life you have to spend lots of money to keep a car competitive. That's all for this video. If you practice on the sim for real life as well, then let me know if you do anything differently. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.